Hi tribe! Hopefully you had a good week. I hope that you've been enjoying my new videos. It's been fun to make. So last year we did a different episode each week to focus on happiness. And I learned a lot from that year, and I really wanted to delve into those things that I thought really worked for me last year to create more happiness in my life. And so things like travel and friends and family and gratitude. And I hope that you have seen that from my videos thus far. And so this week I wanted to talk about something that's super important for our happiness is what we put in our bodies. So what we're eating, there's a ton of research, new research about making sure you're protecting your gut flora. I mean, there's like, you could delve into it on your own. But they say the happier your gut, the happier your mind. And so I thought that we could do a healthy eating video. What do you think? Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, if you like this video idea, because I'll make more. All right, tribe, subscribe below if you haven't, and let's get started. Okay, so when I asked you guys last year what you thought this year should entail, a lot of you asked for some vegan cooking videos. And shout out to the last Jim HM Stop. I'll link his YouTube channel in the description below, but he's been really on me and great about reminding me to make this video. So here it goes. Okay, so this has been my succession of cookbooks. This is a cookbook I got from my mom, which she probably got from her mom. So this is my first cookbook ever. I was cooking vegetarian meals for myself in high school, so I use this a lot. I use this to make pumpkin pies, to make vegetarian like banana bread, pasta, that sort of thing. So that was my first. And then I got myself an actual vegetarian cookbook. And so this one had a couple pictures in it, but it had really good things, and I used this a lot probably post-college. I really liked this one. And then I really got into 100 Days of Real Food. I think eating wholesome, like real food is really important. But there wasn't as many, like she was still talking about meat and cheese and all of that. So there were recipes in here I used, and I liked that. It was so many pictures. I just feel more inspired. And then like these little lunch boxes, I thought these were super cute ideas for my daughter. And the way that she sets up her pictures I really like. She's super creative, so I follow her on Instagram and really like her ideas about eating whole foods instead of packaged things. And then recently my husband and I got Oshi cloves and Chloe's Kitchen. So I really like these because they are specifically vegan cookbooks. And so they're not things that I'm having to substitute the cheese or anything. So a few of my favorite recipes come out of this book. It's well used. I like, there's like a deconstructed sushi bowl in here. There's some really good taco recipes because I really love Mexican food. This baked macaroni and cheese. Oh my goodness. You'll have to look up this recipe online, or maybe I can post it in the description box. So good. And then Oshi glows, super good as well. And I can't remember which one of these had really good enchilada recipes, so I'll put that again in the description box below, because those are two things that you should definitely make, and I think that I found it. It is somewhere here. But look how pretty these pictures are. And I get really inspired by the pictures because I want to know what my food's going to look like when it's done. Yeah, there it is. So good. My husband made this the first time. It's called sweet potato and black bean enchiladas with avocado, cilantro, cream sauce. So if you're a chef or you like cooking, this is your recipe. There's tons of steps. So I wouldn't tackle this if this is your first meal ever. But definitely a good, yummy meal to serve to your non-vegan friends, to show them a really good response when they say, "What do you eat?" And you can taste this really yummy thing and they'll be like, "Yeah, okay." Okay, so I'm gonna look into like copyright stuff about making other people's recipes on my video. Until then, I'm going to make the very first thing that I really learned how to cook. So my husband and I, before we were married, lived in Barcelona for a bit. And I wasn't working at the time, so I was able to do a lot of fun things. One of them being I exchanged teaching someone English, and she taught me how to cook. And so she taught me how to cook Spanish paella, and a vegetarian version of that. And it's been a big hit at like parties that we've had, and anytime I've had people over, they really like this dish, so I hope you do too. Okay, so first up you'll need half of an onion or a whole onion, depending on how much you like or don't like onions, and a couple cloves of garlic that I'm going to cut up now. P.S. This is a little trick. If you don't ever use your whole onion, you can freeze the other part of your onion so that it makes cooking super easy. So these are frozen onions. You'll use half a container of mushrooms. You'll use a half a stalk of celery, so you can even use these green bits in this. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, plus a little bit of green. I won't use the whole thing, it'll just be too much for my pan. 1 beautiful green onion, 3 yummy radish, and if all else fails, a bag of frozen vegetables. So totally use frozen vegetables. They snap freeze them, so you'll still get all the nutrients in a frozen vegetable, and make sure you're looking for organic. Okay, so first you'll put in your onions and your garlic and generously sprinkle that with olive oil. Turn your heat on to like in between medium and high. So once these saute, they'll give the house and the dish a really nice smell. And as far as the ingredients I showed you before, if you love those ingredients, great. If there's anything you want to substitute, great. My Spanish teacher really liked to call this like the anything in your refrigerator or clean out your refrigerator dish. And I found now that I've been cooking more, almost every culture has that. Like ratatouille is French. I'm trying to think what else, like when you make soups and you kind of put all your vegetables that you have left over in your refrigerator. So originally in Barcelona, this is made with a lot of like seafood, crustaceans, that sort of thing. I'm making a vegan version today because I think being vegan is really good for the planet and for your body. Okay, so this is starting to bubble and mine gets super hot, so I'm just going to turn it down to medium to saute. And this won't take more than like a minute until they get really nice and brown and smelling good. Okay, so now it's time for rice. You can kind of add whatever rice that you like. We usually buy like a brown rice or wild rice in our family. So that's better for your health because there's less like bleaching agents. They take out a lot of ingredients when they're making white rice. But if you want to start slow to healthy eating and you have white rice, just use that. So I'm adding the rice and just letting it brown a tiny bit, but be careful because it'll burn pretty easy. So I've added 3 cups of vegetable broth. Once this starts to boil, then I'm going to turn it down to low. Okay, so now I'm going to add the celery and radish, and it's going to start to look super colorful. That's exactly your objective. The more colorful your food looks, the more you want to eat it, and the better it is for your brain and body and tummy. And our mushrooms. And because I need to go to the grocery store, our frozen vegetables. So normally I have all these things, carrots and that sort of thing in the refrigerator, but like I said, Frozen vegetables are totally fine. They're going to give you just as much nutrients because, like I said, they've been flash frozen. Now is the time to add your spices. So what do you have in your spice rack? I have paprika, garlic salt, turmeric, which is so good for your body, ginger. All these things are so good for you. Salt, not as good for you, but definitely it'll bring out the flavor of the vegetables. Pepper. And we'll mix those. So just make sure you mix it into the liquid, and this liquid's gonna soak through all your yummy veggies. Okay, I've added my quinoa. Little protein in there. If you have beans you want to add, if you like white beans or anything like that. If you like to soak them overnight, like you like to get dry beans at the bulk store, or you like canned beans because that's where you're at in your cooking, that's great. Add them now. So, my cooking teacher liked to say that the rice does not like to be disturbed. Don't bother the rice. Okay, so you're gonna let that cook for about an hour and a half on low. If that's way too long for you, there's a couple little hacks. You could make your rice ahead of time in a rice cooker, and then basically you're adding like a half a cup to a cup of that vegetable broth with all your vegetables and all your spices and everything, just to almost heat it up and create some flavor in your rice. Or you can put it on a little bit of a higher setting and let it boil. So maybe a 4 or 5 on your stove, but then you have to watch it. So, but then it'd be quicker, it'd be done in like 30 minutes. Alright, so hopefully you like this so far. I'll show you the end product when mine is done. My daughter and I are excited to eat. We're starving. Okay, so the contest. So I'm going to be doing another giveaway. I'm going to try to do these at the end of each month. Make sure to keep me honest. If I forget, remind me. So just make sure you head over to my Instagram page and follow me on there, and comment on the thumbnail for this picture contest, and right below the word contest as well. So contest in 2 places, following me on both places. That's it. It's open internationally. I'd love to send someone far away something. Last month, I sent something all the way to Hawaii from Canada. So don't forget to enter, and I'm excited to see who wins.